Good evening. Welcome to the Killing Wall. Tonight's episode, it's going to be an interesting one. This is one that's been bugging me for a while. One that I legitimately feel rage towards. It's kind of relatable. It's a situation in the world today. Yeah. See, what tonight's episode is? Zombies. Zombies. Yeah. Zombies. Why zombies? What's it? Zombies? Okay. Zombies. Why? Why is this still a thing? Hi, Rhiannon. Welcome to Killing Wall. This is where people get to rant, lose their frickin' minds. Over really annoying shit. And I'm the rant commander, Baronvvoltage. And tonight is about zombies. Zombies, the most annoying damn thing on the planet. How you doing, Aaron? Good to see you again. Okay. Let me break down why zombies. Why? Okay? I'll tell you why. Okay? It's been played out. It's been done. It's been done to death. Okay? To death. To death. You see how annoyed you are at that? Yeah. To death. Jeremy, good seeing you again. How you doing, Cindy? Welcome to the Killing Wall. Here's why zombies suck. Okay? Zombies are pointless. They're pointless. You know why they're pointless? Let me tell you why they're pointless, okay? You're going to like it. It's very, 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 very simple. If you take a moment, pull it out your ass, and realize it. Welcome back, Terrence. Zombies are pointless. You know why they're pointless? Let me tell you why they're pointless. Take a look at all the other monsters. All the other creatures. All of them. Throughout folklore, etc., and what have you. What's a common thing? You know what the common thing is? I'll tell you what the common thing is. Okay? Let me tell you what the common thing is. They all have some form of a moral lesson to not only their existence, but their termination. There's some form of symbolism that they represent. What the fuck do zombies represent? The Armageddon? Guess what? End of story if that's the case. Zombies walk. That's it. World's over. Pasta lasagna, don't get on you. It's done. What fucking lesson are we supposed to take from that? We're not supposed to be taking anything from that. Ray, welcome to the Killing Wall. Thank you for joining. I see your point. Okay? Zombie movies are pointless. If humans start eating humans, it's happened. Down our pass. Just saying. Okay? But where's the morality? There is no morality. There is none. There isn't. There is none. There is no point. Draugr do not have a point. Okay? They have none. They're evidence of something, sure. But what necessarily are they representing? I'll give you a good example. Okay? Good example. Vampires. What do they represent? They represent a threat to innocence, chastity. They were basically the walking, talking, moving cockblock. Hello, Megan. Welcome to the Killing Wall. Okay? That's what vampires were. Okay? They were a walking, talking cockblock. They were to make sure that chastity was maintained till marriage. Premarital sex is a horrible thing. Hell, even modern monsters push to that. Take a look at Jason. You fucking one of his movies, guess what? You're dead. It's a guarantee. Even Freddy. Freddy was a morality tale all in of itself. But, okay, that's vampires. What about werewolves? What morality is there? A lesson in there is that there is a beast within all of us, and when we give in to it, we are likely to condemn ourselves to madness, hence the terminology of someone being a lunatic. Elizabeth, I could see your point with the lore. Now understand this. There's no morality attached to them. Okay? Wendigos? Yeah. Okay? Way scarier. A lot more aggressive. Mindless creatures. It's a cryptozoology. As a matter of fact, I might even delve into that at some point. Maybe. Frankenstein is a lesson against playing God. Riot Girl. Welcome to the Killing Wall. Okay? Now, Frankenstein was a threat, not to pursue science to the point of eliminating and thus attempting to play God. That was the mentality back then. Wendigo are basically mindless, let's face it. Okay? They're mindless. In almost every single possible portrayal within literature and or film, they are mindless. Eat a person, they become, and just spreads. Okay? Not arguing lore. I'm arguing point. What's the lesson? What's the lesson? Zombies, okay, originated from a Caribbean idea that people were able to bring the dead back to life. Mermaids? Really? You'll get recapped. Don't worry, Riot Girl. As a matter of fact, all my previous episodes of The Killing Wall, as well as this is another show from this other guy that's like a freaking pansy vampire, his episodes are up on the Baronvvoltage page on YouTube. Alright, all past episodes are there. So you want to catch up? By all means. Till then, stay in the discussion, because I guarantee it's about to heat up. Okay? Now, zombies are supposedly created from a virus. A virus. Something we can relate to right now, right? Maybe a little bit? Maybe a little bit? Maybe a little bit? Human centipede is another form of Frankenstein. The only difference is it's 10 times more disgusting and it only plays upon people's fear of disgust. And it's not even fear. It's just disgust. I don't even consider human centipede to be horror. It's just disgusting! Ugh. Okay? Zombies are pointless. Zombies are pointless. They serve no moral fucking lesson. None. None. Okay? None. Alright? Give me another mystical creature out there, I guarantee you I'll be able to pinpoint the fucking moral behind that, but I'm not going to be able to pinpoint one about zombies. Why? Because there isn't one. No worth. None. Lexi, welcome to the Killing Wall. None. You're speaking, Riot, here's a little bit of family background on me, okay? My mother, Slender Man is not real. Slender Man was a creepypasta. It was created originally on 4chan as part of an original freaking writing project that eventually exploded into something of a fandom. Not real. Sorry. Okay? Riot, a little bit of family background on me. My mother was an Orisha priestess. Okay? Priestess for Yamiya. Alright? For those of you that are not familiar with that bit, okay? It's basically Caribbean voodoo. Yukiona. Or Yamiya. Okay? I, on the other hand, okay? Me, I have my own two personal deities. Shango, Yaligua. Okay? The moral lesson is not anarchy. The moral lesson, none of them are real. Okay? But the moral lesson with zombies is people do suck, but you want to know what? Don't even talk to me about Walking Dead. Okay? Kirkman needs to get hung. Alright? But the thing is that nobody in their right mind needed to be told that humans are fucked up. Because guess what? There's no point to it. We already know humans are fucked up. That was never in question. Okay? Humans have been fucked up since the dawn of man. And I don't mean man in regards to gender. I'm talking about man as in the species. Zombies. Okay? Zombies are basically nothing more than somebody taking a look at something that's disgusting and trying to build a massive fandom around it. And it makes... You want to know what... Here's my issue. I've got a ton. Here's my issue with zombies. Okay? My issue. They're weak. You only are threatened by them when there is a lot of them. Okay? They're like ants. You could stomp one out, no problem. You could stomp out maybe 30 or 40, no problem. Can you stomp out millions in one hit? Probably not. Okay? There's a lot of holes in the concept of zombies that people that are of a logical mind completely forget. I'll give you a good example. How many people here are recognized with the chemistry of the human body? Okay? Fairly familiar. You know what happens when a body's dead after a while, don't get touched? It bloats. Okay? We've heard of bloated zombies before, right? The gases begin to build up, the fucker starts to get bigger and bigger. Yeah. You want to know what that gas is? It's methane. So when somebody's body starts to build up gas, but they're animated and they're walking, guess what? One fucking spark, and you've got a walking claymore of flesh. Okay? Now imagine pinpointing the bloat in an entire damn horde. One spark, guess what? Crap ton of zombies gone, and guess what? Your problem is solved. Because a methane explosion is nothing to sneeze at. Okay? Here's another thing. You know what happens to flesh when it's on fire? Okay? You know what happens to flesh when it's on fire? It toughens up. And when it toughens up, it starts to rip off. Okay? What do you think muscle is? You know, the thing that actually controls animation and motion within us. It's muscle. It's flesh. It's meat. You know what happens when you light a fucker on fire? That meat starts to slog off the damn bone. You mean to tell me that zombies are basically walking around like the claymation figures from frickin' Clash of the Titans? I don't fucking think so. No. They always seem to be completely and totally intact. They always seem to have all their muscles and ligaments in all the right place in order to be able to have them continue to move and be a threat. No. They're pointless, they're weak, and people have done nothing but glorify them for any other purpose than just, okay, we've had Twilight and completely and totally, smashed vampires into people's faces, which was no point. And I'll talk about that maybe next week. But we already jammed werewolves down people's throats with Twilight 2. Don't get me started on that as well. What else do we got? Mummies? No, fuck that. Brandon Fraser done fucked that up. Okay. What do? We gotta do something that caters to about 80% of our audience. 80% of our audience. What's 80% of our audience? Gun-toting Americans? God knows we love guns in film. John Wick is a prime example of that, isn't it? It's kind of awesome. But add guns? Evil Dead did frickin' fantastic. Versus the Army of Darkness. The thing is that wasn't zombies. Contrary to what people think. Those are demons. Those are deadites. They don't want to call them zombies. Okay? Twilight isn't vampires. Twilight isn't werewolves. But let's face it, that's what they tried to frickin' market it as. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. Okay? Okay. End of story. Army of Darkness was a kick-ass flick. That's why I am not freaking picking on that. That's why I'm not picking on that, because that wasn't zombies. Those were deadites. They had their own form of locomotion. It was magical. Okay? There was ritual involved. It was magical. Okay? The original Army of Darkness. Thank you, Trevor. But how do we make zombies relevant in modern day today? Let me tell you. Make a comic book about them. Then make a TV show about them that lasts 15 billion fucking seasons. Add in somebody cool. Like Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Okay? Boom. Now you got a fandom and a half that was already basically gone. There could have been about 1 billion things done with it. But they didn't. They didn't. I can't tell you how much my blood boils when I see these memes posted up on Facebook of people complaining that this current pandemic isn't coming with zombies. You fucking morons. You guys are failing on the goddamn tutorial level of a virus, and you guys are asking for expert mode? Are you insane? The hell is wrong with you? Oh, God. Damn it. It makes me facepalm so damn hard it tilts the world on a fucking axis. Zombies serve no point. None. They're not a morality tale. They're not a fable. They're not an allegory. They're not some form of a lesson to be taught. Because the lesson that could be considered taught, and it's a bit of a fucking stretch, we've already known. So what the fuck is keeping people interested in it? Well, I'll tell you. What's keeping people interested in it? Oh, yes, I remember you, Trev. Okay? What's keeping people interested are makeup artists, are convention goers. Okay? It's the complication of the makeup. I'll give props there. It takes really good skill to create a visceral effect on already existing flesh. How you doing, Jay? Welcome to the Killing Wall. Okay? It takes a considerable amount of fucking skill to simulate that. But then it becomes a pissing contest over whose makeup is better. Whose portrayal is better. Now, I'm not saying that good didn't come from the zombie fandom. As a matter of fact, the whole zombie walk thing that happens for charity, you know what? Kudos to them. They used something really fucking shitty and turned it into something good. And I give plenty of fucking props there. Because those folks, beyond awesome. Okay? Beyond awesome. They raised awareness for disaster preparedness. And again, beyond fucking awesome too. I give them mega thumbs up. Like on that. A lot. What irks me are these doomsday preppers crying and sobbing in a fetal position in their little fucking bunkers because they don't have zombies tied in with this shit. Is it all this prep for a virus outbreak? And they didn't get the type of virus they wanted. Isn't that a fucking millennial viewpoint? You tell me, what is more frickin' sad? That these people prepped for years for a fictional, damned situation where their preparation can legitimately apply to a real-world one, or that they are legitimately complaining that the one they prepared for didn't happen while they're in the middle of one. What's more fucked? And believe me, Jeremy, I can kind of see a little bit of that, but not all doomsday preppers are asshats with a gun. Guns are good. Guns are, miracle of conventional engineering. I love them because they're a miracle of conventional engineering. Protection is awesome. I used to own 2 1911s. Very beautiful pieces of equipment. But people will use any excuse under the fucking sun to shoot somebody. They don't need a zombie apocalypse for that. So no, I hate to invalidate that, but seriously, if you think these people are only waiting for a zombie horde to shoot somebody, you're being a little naive. Just a little bit. Okay? Just a little bit. And that brings me on to something else, too. That irks me. That the zombie fandom, the obsession with The Walking Dead, not the show, not the comic, both do suck, but I'm not going there right now. What spawned from it that I can't stand. What I can't stand. It's people obsessed with post-apocalyptic storytelling. Why? Why are we so fucking fixated on a world that's already ended? Why? You're so fucking hungry for the world to end. Is your world that fucking sad that you want it to already be over? So that this way, maybe whatever it is that you're feeling can be overridden by a survival instinct? I can't understand it. I can't. I want to, but I can't. And the only reason why I want to is so that this way I could be like, no. People every day do their kin to make the world a better place. I am doing what I can to make the world a better place. You're basically fixating on us already losing. Not only that, you're hoping for it. For that, plain and simple, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you harder, fuck you second, fuck you again, fuck you in the ass, fuck you the hardest, and thank you. But everybody that works hard to try and make this world a better place, we have to hear of people wanting it to end, glorifying it. Makes no fucking sense. It boggles my mind. I can't understand it. You know how people say they fear what they don't understand? It's not that I'm afraid of it. It fucking pisses me off. Something so simple as a concept of world peace. You know, it does. Yeah, it gives people a glimmer of hope after the fact. That's what it is. After the fact. We should be working towards not having one happen in the first fucking place. Forgive me, I'm reading the freaking comments here so I could see if I got any idiots or not. Okay. A lot of post-apocalyptic or dystopic fiction that gives a glimmer of hope if people work for it. Not all of it is terrible. Margaret Atwood, case in point. Yeah, but you want to know what? The thing is that it should always be worked towards not happening. Megan says because people want to have the adrenaline rush by imagining something that most likely will not happen. It's the stuff of people's nightmares. Definitely a good point. However, why are we glorifying the end already here? Why is the end an adrenaline rush? The economy may be fucked. The environment may be fucked. But you want to know what? We could be working towards it not fucking happening. Alright? Not fucking happening. The thing is that nobody in any of these stories, Elizabeth, are happy about the apocalypse happening. But why do people fixate so much on it occurring? Why? Why are people so fucking obsessed with it happening? Why do books about the Hunger Games sell so damn much? Why does things like Fallout, the Fallout series, why is that so much of a fucking hot seller? World War III already happened. We're existing. Okay? Whole LARP groups, Dystopia Rising. It's always after the fact. It's that, okay, we already got all our aggression out of the way, let's rise up from it. No. No. You should be preventing the shit from happening in the fucking first place. Jay mentioned a guy in Newfoundland that killed Newfie because of the virus when it first started. Yeah, you see, that kind of fucking insanity. I heard all about it. People are so fucking obsessed with the world already coming to an end. You're giving up hope. If there's no hope, what the fuck is the point? Right? But you know what? I'm not going to give up hope. No, I'm not. I'm going to keep fucking fighting. I have to keep fucking fighting. Redo is a pussy way out. It's a coward's way out. No redos. You deal with the hand you've been dealt. Work through it. I guarantee you, 99.99999999999% of the damn human population that are wanting this to happen wouldn't survive 10 minutes in this shit. I'm thinking of that fucking meme with Harrelson where it's like, you'll be the first to die, but I like your enthusiasm. How you doing, Lance? Welcome to the Killing Wall. How are things out there in Des Moines? I'm pretty damn sure they're pretty damn good too. Because guess what? This bullshit. Zombies suck. The apocalypse sucks. People begging for it to already happen suck. Because there are those of us that are attempting to stop it from even happening. It's not inevitable. It can be halted. If it's already gonna fucking happen, what the fuck is the point? That's right, Lance. Make it happen. Make peace happen, not war. Don't make the bullshit end. This world, we've only got one. Why are you in a fucking rush to leave a blemish on it? The fuck is wrong with you? People these days, I swear to God. Or whatever deity that exists. People obsessed with dystopia, people that are obsessed with the apocalypse, and people that are obsessed with zombies all have one thing in common. They don't like the way things are now, but they don't want to do anything to make it better. They just want it to hurry up and fucking end. So that they can all wear their Mad Max masks. Mad Max masks. Try to say that 5 times fucking fast. Okay? And justify being dicks. The whole strong survive bullshit, guess what? We're in a pandemic now where even the strong are getting taken out. So there goes that whole fucking philosophy. You think a nuke gives a shit if you lift? You think a nuke gives a shit if you're giving it the finger? Lance, I'm going to give this message to you. Okay? I'm going to give this message to you and anybody else. Do what you can to prevent the bullshit from happening. Okay? I'm going to give a little bit of a step-by-step. This is my form of doomsday prepping. Because contrary to what a lot of fucks think, we ain't there yet. It ain't doomsday. Okay? Here's a little bit doomsday prep. Okay? You take a look at a problem and you fix it. Right away. Okay? But you fix it right. Here's what you do. Okay? What are our problems currently? Well, our problems right now, we're dealing with a pandemic. We got a virus out there that's killing the strong and the weak alike. The old and the young alike. Okay? There's only one thing that stops it. You isolate. You don't go out unless you need to, and if you're essential, be fucking protected. Mask up, glove up, don't go anywhere except where you have to. Not where you want to, where you have to. You learn exactly the two key ways to assess. Just because you don't want to do the thing doesn't mean you don't have to do the thing. I'm telling you. Isolation and protection. Simple. Okay? You do that and make sure that anybody else around you does the same thing. You see somebody with the mask only covering this part and completely and totally forgetting the fucking nose? Call them out on it. They want to give you shit? Guess what? Tell them, all right, see you in the emergency room. That's it. And then walk the fuck away. Tell your family to isolate. You isolate and tell your family to isolate. They want to argue with you about it? Insinuate you don't want to have to go to their funeral via frickin' Skype. You don't want to have to give their eulogy over Zoom. That's how you defend them. If you live with your family, make sure you're isolating. If you have to go out and you're an essential worker, which basically means you should be the only ones out, gloves, mask. Only go out when you need to. And by need, I mean this. You've got the essentials for food. The essentials. You know what the essentials are? Okay? Canned foods, things you can prep with water, okay? If you happen to go to the supermarket because your family's starting to run low on chow, grab some stuff that's fairly easy to prep. Low maintenance, keeps long, you're good, okay? Now your family's fed, your family's protected. Okay? Solved. You'd be surprised how long cheap shit can last. Alright? Me? I got these shits. Okay? These things keep. Ramen keeps. Rice keeps. Alright? We're not in a situation right now where refrigeration is at a premium. Shit's cheap. Which means, guess what? Grab whatever it is that you need, not what you want, okay? Don't have to evac unless it comes down to it, okay? Good bags only work when absolutely evac plans get put into place. That's one. Okay? Two. And this is the important one. And this one's going to be very hard for a lot of yous to fucking accept. Accept the fact that your government does not give a shit about you. Now, I'm not going to go political here, but I am going to say this, okay? You can't have it both ways. Either they're very interested in your existence, or they don't give a shit. One of the two. In both cases, if they're telling you to isolate, fucking isolate. If they're telling you to stay indoors, stay the fuck indoors. They're not attempting to control you. Okay? The government doesn't give two shits about you if that's the case. They're too busy trying to, plain and simple, maintain their own power base. Okay? So the government isn't spying on you. They aren't attempting to control you. They aren't attempting to manipulate you. They just don't want to have to clean up the fucking mess. So if the government says don't go anywhere, guess what? It's a weird concept to some of the folks, I know. 3 words. Listen to them. There's a reason why. And you know what? Give kudos to those that actually can do such nice things as drop things off. If you've got friends to mail you stuff, by all means. Courier services exist. They're considered essential. Put them to use. A lot of workers out there, they're stuck in essential jobs, so basically they just have to sit there. And it sucks. Okay? That's 2. Listen to the government orders. Okay? Now, I'm not an advocate necessarily for the government. I'm not. Not in the slightest. I take a look at the system and you know what? I'll use it to my advantage. Just like you should. Okay? Just like you should. I always advocate for that. There's about 1 billion ways that you could exploit rules out there to be able to work to your benefit. And by benefit, I don't mean get what you want, but to get what you need. That's 2. Okay? 3. This is a biggie. Okay? To be able to prevent bullshit. Okay? You have a problem with your elected official? Write to your congressman. Write to your local representatives. Voice your concern. Vote. When they have absentee ballots, put them in. There's only one way a person wins. Unless you know how to use SATCOMs, burner phones are pointless. Because if it comes down to an evac order, the people that actually run the network servers that control all the cell towers are going to be going home. They're not maintaining it. And guess what? Your cell phone is pointless. The only things that you need, food, water, shelter. That's it. And maybe something to keep yourself entertained. Books. This weird thing that existed before technology. A great way to keep your brain occupied. Okay? But that's how to survive if the shit happens. I'm talking about shit to prevent it from happening. Okay? Write to your local congressman. Write to your representative. Voice your concerns. Vote when you can. You have a problem with the current legislature? Do something about it. And I don't mean take a freaking AR and go to town. I'm talking about legit. Do what you can. Okay? Within legal fucking means. Alright? 4. This one is kind of important. Don't panic. Don't panic. I know it sounds fucking hard to fucking do, but don't panic. Weapons is if the shit hits the fan. We're talking about preventing the shit from hitting the fan. A lot of us feel powerless to do anything about it. But here's the bit. Okay? The perfect way to be able to prevent shit from hitting the fan is to maintain calm, maintain composure, don't hoard, and don't presume the worst. stay healthy, stay safe, stay distanced. That's it. It's really not that hard. Listen to government warnings and officials. Okay? They tell you to stay in, stay in. They say they lifted it. You want to know what? This is the only time where I'll ever say go against it. Wait about another week or two. See if they put it back in place. There's no point to protesting. There really isn't. Because that isn't the way things get done. Okay? I used to work for the government. You don't want to know what protests do? They slow shit down. Stay the fuck home. Contribute to society. Thank you very much, Justin. Welcome to the killing wall. All right? Contribute to society. Get a job that's essential if you're that much imported to institute change. Take a look at your current legislative bodies. Take a look at the current city ordinances. See if you can come up with something better. Because guess what? Come election time, you can throw your hat in the ring. You throw your hat in the ring, guess what the fuck happens? Your ass can legitimately become the person that's making the decisions. Imagine that. Believe it or not, Jeremy, I know a couple of people that are watching this from work. There are a number of other shows that are on this channel, on Hellfire, that I have to watch from work. I can't watch them at home because I'm stuck at work. I'm a second shift worker. Your home should be your sanctuary. Your home should be your safe place. Nobody's going to be coming in unless you want them to. And I'm telling you right now, stay home if you can. Only leave if you have no other choice. Because I want to is not a fucking valid reason. Can't believe I have to fucking say this. I can't believe it. I won't. It's valuable information, but it should already be up here. You guys aren't idiots. You're watching me. I'd like to think that those that have a head on their shoulders know better. Okay? You see the morons that are walking around saying this shit ain't happening. You want to know what? Now you know who to avoid. Because they're the first ones that are going to go. You hear about that guy that said that the freaking virus was bullshit? He's dead. Can you believe that? He's dead. That's irony, smacking somebody with a baseball bat. There was some guy, I think, that was out in Texas, and he said that the fucking quarantine was bullshit and wasn't needed. He ended up contracting coronavirus, and he died. And you know what, Aaron? If common sense was so damn common, there wouldn't be anything to rant about. I really wish that I wouldn't have to fucking lose my brain. I really wish that people did what they could. Now, for instance, let's follow a little bit of a nice little trend here. Okay? Let's say, for instance, you wrote to your congressman, you wrote to your local representatives, you studied the city ordinance, you're actually becoming really fucking familiar with it. You become so familiar with it that when the quarantine lifts, and believe me, it will eventually, okay? But we gotta do what we can to make sure that it does. And you suddenly end up getting elected. Maybe as a representative of the city or town that you live in. And you stay in it for a while, and you end up getting elected to mayor. And then as a mayor, you end up getting maybe a congressman position. Maybe you get elected to Senate or governorship. I'd be amazed. The next thing you know, you're sitting in the big chair in Washington. Now you can institute policy even harder. There's only one way that shit happens. Somebody sees there's a problem and does something about it. And now that you're sitting in the big chair, now you can actually talk to the rest of the world. You want to end the possibility of a fucking apocalypse? Tell people to take apart the nuclear weapons. Nuclear disarmament at its hardest. I think it was start 2 or 3 was the policy. Granted, yeah, we still got a couple of thousand nukes, but nobody else is matching us. But still, dismantle all of them. Start disabling abilities of foreign powers to institute a threat. Get everybody to get along. Bring peace to the Middle East. End dictatorships. The only way you could do that is when you're sitting in a chair powerful enough to do it. Create jobs. Make the country one that people are proud to be in. Under your leadership. I'll tell you this, okay? Slight little thing. I don't like who's in the chair right now. I find him to be a complete and total fucking moron. But you know what? I love the country. I like being here. I like everything that it stands for. And we've all worked for companies in our entire lives where the boss was a fucking idiot. Does that mean that we hate the job? If the boss is an idiot, or the big boss is an idiot, no. We stick with the job, and we only interact with the workers that we find can get the job done. That's all this country is, folks. We have to work with one another, all of our individual co-workers. We have to work under people that are watching us to make sure that we're doing the job that we have to do. Which means be a moral person, don't be a fucking idiot, don't break the laws, and you're fine. Simple. It's not that hard. Have a good one, Jane. Thank you for tuning in. Share, like, and subscribe. I put past episodes on YouTube. But seriously, folks, this isn't difficult. Why the obsession with the world getting ready to be put to an end? Why do we make this a fucking obsession? Why do we obsess with the creatures that occur when the world is ended? Because that's what zombies are. They're a sign of the end of times. That's what they are. Why are people in such a fucking rush to get there? It serves no fucking purpose. Really doesn't. What do you think? Do you think it's fucking stupid? I think it's fucking absolutely astronomically ridiculous. I leave the question to you. Ask me anything right now. I got about another 13 minutes. I'll take any questions, comments, concerns, complaints, cash payments. Anything you want to talk about right now. No, it doesn't. It does not, Edward. And thank you for tuning in. But you want to know what? People seem to be really fucking terrified about them reading our emails. The fuck's the point? Either A, they give a shit enough about you to dig into your inbox and outbox and your sent box and your browser history, or they don't give a fuck at all. There is no fucking middle. Make up your minds. Either they're obsessed with every little thing you're doing, or they don't give a flying fuck. You can't have it both ways. That's the problem. People don't want to listen to the government because they're afraid the government is trying to control them. Well, here's the bit. Okay? Here's the bit. It makes sense what they're telling us to do, to stay indoors. Avoid contact with the infected. Simple. Or you want to know what? Here, okay? Here. You really want to go out? You want to interact with people that have the fucking virus? You really want to put yourself and all your loved ones at risk? Guess what? Go ahead. Go ahead. You'll be thinning out the fucking gene pool. That level of stupidity is Darwinism at its finest. Go ahead. For the first time in human history, the world is starting to heal itself because we aren't going out as much. We aren't burning as much fossil fuels. A hole in the ozone layer above the Arctic finally fucking healed. Can you believe that shit? People are so fucking obsessed over the intent behind shit that the government finally admitted that UFOs exist and nobody fucking said a word or blinked an eye. Stop fixating on what the fuck the douchebag with the Cheeto complexion is doing. How you doing, Snags? Welcome to the killing wall. Right now, it's just an AMA. I do it at the end of every single episode. Give you guys a chance to give me something to rant about. Give you my opinion on something. Alright. Edward, you think that the government ain't telling the truth and that zombies do walk? You wanna know what, Edward? I got a bridge I could sell you too. Yeah. Zombies don't exist. They don't. Makes for interesting literature. And by interesting, I say interesting. Okay? We live in one of the most populous countries in the goddamn fucking world. One of them. We would have noticed. And with the advent of YouTube and everybody and their mother with a goddamn smartphone, there would have been some form of a leak. You can't control the fucking internet. We would have known. Come on. Come at me with more. You guys got another 9 minutes. Because guess what? Rants like this, they hurt me. They do. They legitimately annoy the shit out of me. And you want to know why they annoy the shit out of me? Because this shit is common fucking sense. You people are in a rush to bring about the end of the world because, not for nothing. Alright, hang on. I'm getting comments now. Some people believe there is more to the story around the assassinations of MLK, JFK, and Dallas. What's my view on that, man? Was it a setup? No, it wasn't a setup. Okay? The government doesn't give two shits. Would they have liked things to happen a particular way? Sure. But you want to know what? They're not that fucking clever. Nobody is that fucking clever. Okay? You know the magic bullet theory was disproved? You want to know how it got disproved? They realized the senator that was sitting in the front seat was sitting in an off-center seat. Trajectory of the bullet fucking went right through. No problem. If it was sitting directly in front of JFK, yeah, it would have been a little fucking weird. But you put him off kilter, guess what? No. One bullet. Able to institute that many wounds. No problem. Okay? MLK? That one I'm not 100% familiar on, but I could tell you this, okay? There are plenty of fucking asshats out there that don't like it when somebody's telling them something they don't like. Now let's face it, back then it was a hell of a lot easier to get away with stupid shit like that. A lot of shit back then was a lot easier to pull off. These days it's not. Why would they need tanks? Well, let's see. Why do we need riot barriers? What are you going to run from more likely? Tanks or wooden barriers? Think about that for a second. Okay? You realize these people that are protesting this shit aren't going to listen to reason, because let's face it, they ain't. They ain't. There's a fucking deadly virus flying a fucking round, and they're still fucking deciding to go outside. Cluster together just to bitch about it. You think people like that could be reasoned with? No. So guess what? You roll out the big fucking tanks. You're not going to listen to a fucking guy in riot gear. You're going to listen to fucking 3 billion freaking tons of goddamn steel. That's the truth. God. It's ridiculous. People these days don't want to listen. That's the reason why shit's going down south fast. The rules are in place for a reason. Okay? They're in place because some fucking moron decided to break the rule and do the thing. And it resulted in a big fucking mess. People think laws are meant to repress the people. They ain't here to repress you. Nobody's interested in repressing you. They're there because guess what? You had a couple of assholes that broke the fucking law. And guess what happened? There was a massive mess because of it. I'll tell you this. And this is gonna kind of like make you a few of you mad. Okay? And it's a question. Okay? It's a good question. A little bit. Okay? Since I got a few more minutes. When was it okay to argue with a law enforcement official while you're being ticketed? While you're being cited? When did it become okay to argue with them then? They aren't there to make the judgment. They're there to put you up before judgment. Plain and simple. You get a ticket, fight it in court. Don't fight with the cop right then and there. Fight it in court. That's all. You know how most judges take a look at a fucking traffic ticket? You know, they take one look at it and they're like, fuck this shit, case dismissed. Because they don't want to fucking be there. It is never okay to argue. But you hear these stories of people arguing with the cops and the tickets. Now, I'm not saying there ain't shitty cops out there. There are. There are. There are some that became cops because they got on a fucking power trip. Yeah, I get it. But not every single cop is like that. Okay? Don't argue with them. You want to know what happens when you're respectful to a cop? They leave you alone. Hold on. I'm getting more questions here. Yellowstone eruption. Do I think the government knows? The thing is that if they know, what good is it? If it's gonna wipe out the U.S., what good is it? Because if the Yellowstone fucking volcano erupts, the world's over. World's over. Something that big goes, guess what? We ain't gonna be the only ones affected. The whole world is. We're gonna be coated in a fucking atmosphere of ash. Things are gonna go cold quick. Everything that's living on the surface is gonna die due to atrophy. What the fuck does the government knowing have anything to do with it? It doesn't matter. Most people that are basically considered within like a 15 or 16 state radius are dead immediately. So what do? Evacuate everybody to the border state on the East Coast? That's pointless. Here's the thing. If the Yellowstone volcano goes and goes soon, the only thing I can hope for is those that live close enough to it, I hope it's quick. Because those of us that ain't that close to it, gotta suffer through what's left. And that's nothing we can do about it. Plain and simple. Is it due to go? Yeah. The only thing we can do is follow government orders if it does. That's it. Listen to those in charge. They tell you shelter in place, you shelter in place. They tell you to make sure that you keep your loved ones near you, keep your loved ones near you. If a natural disaster of that magnitude hits, in all honesty, if this is how people have reacted to something this big, I can't imagine how rough it's going to be when we're dealing with something that magnitude. Because people will die immediately. It's not a people get sick and then they go. It's not something of you end up in the hospital having to wait. That's instantaneous. Good luck fucking surviving that. Quit giving a shit about what your government is doing behind the scenes. It serves no purpose. Because the thing is that if the government is that fucking powerful, you can't do anything about it now. You never could. Not unless you're a member of the government. So what's the point of obsessing with it? You really think they're going to be like, oh yeah, we were hiding this, sorry. No. So why bother? Instead, do what you can to keep yourself safe. Do what you can to keep yourself healthy. Do what you can to keep yourself prepared. But most of all, focus on the safety, comfort, and continued existence of you and yours. Don't obsess over what the others are doing behind the scenes unless you're planning to actually become somebody that could do something about it there through the right channels. If that's the case, do so. I encourage you. I would love to find out that somebody was inspired by this fucking channel, by this fucking rant, to actually get involved in local government. And then eventually end up becoming president. I'd love that. You don't like the way things are, get off your ass and do something about it. The only time I'll ever say it. That's my show for tonight. Rant Commander, out. Like, share, please share, and like. The more engagement I get, the more likely I'm able to keep on doing this for you folks. I love engaging with every single one of you, and I care about every single one of you. And the only way I could ever make sure that I continue to see each and every single one of you is if you stay safe out there. Don't give me another reason to make you the subject of one of my rants. Because I guarantee you I won't pull punches. In case you didn't notice, I didn't this time. Have a good evening. Take it easy. Hasta. Rank Commander out.